Warning: the content you're about to receive is for the sole purpose of exposing fake trainers, doctors, nutritionists, life coaches, and wellness gurus, in addition to educate them and provide you with accurate information. When I got into the bodybuilding, health, and fitness industry 36 years ago, my main objective was to learn from firsthand experience everything about the three components that were responsible for creating change to the body. And not only that, but being able to create change in the most efficient way. That same goal is still my main objective to this day. I've become a student of the game. Now, what really annoys me is when I see these trainers, or I should say people who are posing as trainers, because I can tell by the way they're interacting with their client, and even sometimes I can hear what they're saying, that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, which creates a disservice to the client, because not only are they getting bad information, but they could possibly hurt them. So in this video, I want to continue to expose fake trainers, and hopefully they'll come to this video and learn from that. But in addition, and maybe most importantly, I'd like to educate you as a consumer. Okay, the ideal training zone. If you ask most trainers what the ideal training zone is, more than likely they're not going to be able to coherently explain that to you. So what I've seen in the way that most of them try is they do it by pointing out that there's a certain amount of repetitions that you should be doing to get a certain result, which is I'm not saying that that is all inaccurate, but it's mostly not true, because, okay, what does that really mean? What is the ideal zone? The ideal zone is basically, think of it as a sweet spot, kind of like in a tennis racket, where you hit right there in that sweet spot. You get the best effect from that. It's the same thing when you're exercising or training with weights. You want to be in that ideal training zone. And yet what happens with most people is that, think of it as like if you're driving on a road, you've got the outside lines. The idea is to be inside those lines when you're training, okay? And yet most people, when they train, they either undertrain, meaning they're on the outside of the line on one side, and then they increase their training, maybe through reps or lifting heavy weight. They sneak back into that zone in between the lines, but then they overtrain. They go out the other side, and they're overtraining. So they're not staying in that training zone, if you can imagine that. And so, again, in order to stay in that training zone, it's a combination of lower repetitions versus medium repetitions versus high repetitions. It's just knowing how long to stay in those rep ranges before you sneak out of each end. Most trainers don't know how the hell to tell you that. If you want to know more information, please click on the link below and you'll go to my website where it's really explained in great detail there.